Hello and welcome everyone to our final presentation. We are the team SmartGrow of BSH, but first of all, let us show you a quick recap of where we left off in the design review.
Previously on
BSH SmartGrow. This is Maria, our indoor gardener.
Hello Lisa, wanna come over for some mojitos?
Now then, where does this leave us?
The sleeve is burned.
Machine learning, Swift UI, augmented reality, gamification.
I'm Rodrigo.
Plant history, tips and tricks, that's a wrap.
But it was very nice and fresh.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'm amazed.
Righto. So, just in case you forgot, we, the Bosch SmartGrow team, were challenged not with the task of creating a whole new app from scratch, but instead, our main objective was to enhance and inspire the Bosch SmartGrow ownership experience by building upon the existing companion app's codebase. Especially, the inspiration part was of importance, which is why one of our top priorities was to implement a fully fledged plant seed recommendation system. However, as you probably know, inspiration can come in many forms. And as a result, augmented reality also played a key role in our development process. But before we dive into the details behind all of our new and subjectively exciting features, let Lisa tell you a little bit about how they fared in the real world as part of our user testing session. Lisa?
Thank you, Paul. 2 weeks ago, we met with 8 users at BSH headquarters in Munich. We tested their familiarity with our app, their expectations of different buttons, the usability of our different functions, and asked them whether there might be any privacy concerns, especially with our suggestion feature. Our testing focused on 3 of our new features, which are the improved plant health, the suggestion feature, and the AR placement feature. Let's take a look at the results. As you can see in this first plot, 88% of our users reported that they had no issues with the privacy. As you can see in the second plot, 50% of our users got 12 out of 12 buttons correct. So this means they recognized the buttons and also correctly predicted the functionality of these buttons. A further 25% only missed a single button. In this final plot, we asked our users to perform 3 tasks. Then we asked them to rank the difficulty of these tasks on a scale of 0, very easy, to 10, very hard. As you can see, the results turned out relatively good. Where the results were a little bit worse, we asked our users where they had difficulties. From this, we were able to gather valuable insights on how to improve our product. Next, allow me to introduce some of our new AR features. First, we introduced a new Harvest Assistance tool, which shows our users exactly how they can harvest the different types of plants. Next, we introduced a height measurement tool, the mentioned AR placement tool, and also a new sharing tool. Now, let's hear from Philip and Rodrigo about how these actually work in reality.
Damn it, I'm so hungry after all those cut presentations.
Yeah, me too. Let's harvest some basil.
That's a great idea. How are we supposed to harvest it again?
Oh, I'm also not quite sure, but we can use the harvest tutorial from the SmartGrow app.
Sure, let's open it up. Here it is. Oh, wait, yeah.
So
Perfect.
it uses augmented reality to show you exactly where to cut the plant.
Oh, look, a virtual SmartGrow just appeared.
Great.
And it has a plant in it.
Can you give me some instructions?
Sure. We should harvest it from the blue spots. Can you see?
Okay, I see. So over here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Let's also do the same thing on the app. Cool. We gained some experience points.
Awesome. This basil looks so yummy.
Wait! What? Don't eat it yet.
Why?
We have to check if it's healthy first.
Oh, you're right. It could be
Yeah.
dangerous. Sure.
And this works so fast now on the new app.
Okay.
We don't even have to take a picture. Just, we point it at the camera, at the leaf. Oh, there seems to be some lag, but yeah, perfect. It's healthy.
Okay. Hey, that was mine.
Sorry.
Damn.
I couldn't resist, man.
Give me the phone. Oh, but wait. I just leveled up. Looks like I'm now officially a Royal Botany Advisor.
A Royal Botany Advisor?
Yes.
No way. Show me your user profile.
As you wish. See, I've earned all these badges. And if you look closely, I'm not only a Royal Botany advisor, but also a Commander Coriander.
Wow, that's sick.
I know.
By the way, if I were you, I would share that on social media.
That's a great idea. Let's do this. We can use the built-in sharing feature to do so. So the app will now automatically recognize the Bosch logo. The Bosch logo. We can
try the
switch-
manual mode. if
Yeah,
it
we
doesn't
can
work.
try the manual mode and place a virtual frame on top of it showing my favorite plants and my most recent batch. So let me now take a picture and send it to Professor Brugge.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll love that.
Awesome.
By the way, if you're a royal,
Okay.
if you're a royal botany advisor, you must have harvested quite a lot of plants, right?
Yeah, that's true. Let's take a look at my plant history. As you can see, I harvested many plants.
That's a long list.
You know what? Let's rate the basil that we just harvested. Actually, since you ate it, I think you should also rate it.
I can do that. I'll give it 5 stars. It was pretty nice and fresh.
Great. See, Rodrigo, if you also want to become a Royal Botany advisor like me one day, you should always listen to the plant recommendations.
All right. Where can I find this again?
Oh, it's easy. Just go to the list of all available plants,
Yeah.
and the recommendations are right there at the top.
Oregano, I love that.
Yeah, me too.
How does the app know?
You can click on the information button. Yeah, but gladly we have Adam with us to tell us more about how this feature works. Adam?
Okay. Thanks, guys, for the great demo. So now let's see in details how the plant suggestions work. So here we want to give tailored suggestions for our users based on their gardening behavior. And for that, we use the strategy pattern and switch between 3 strategies according to which information the user decides to provide us with. Our first strategy, for example, uses the user's harvest history. So for example, Maria harvests basil very often, and she also likes it so much. So we store this information in our server, and then the next time Maria wants to plant something, she gets a suggestion from us to plant basil again. The second strategy is based on the user's favorite recipes. So, after Maria chooses mojito as one of her favorite drinks, this information is again sent to the server, and she will get a suggestion to plant mint. And for our third and last strategy, we will just assume that people in the same area will tend to have similar preferences when it comes to plants. And we will use the a priori algorithm in order to generate suggestions for them. For example, Maria lives in Munich, and as you can see, people in her same location have basil and coriander planted in their gardens. And now, since Maria only has basil, it's very likely that she would also like to plant coriander, and that's why we suggest her to do so. The next feature we want to examine further is the health inspection. So our first approach that we showed in the design review used one neural network that was trained to classify between healthy leaves and sick leaves. However, this neural network will also try to classify some other irrelevant images in one of those 2 categories, which we judged might be a bit confusing for the users. That's why we introduced a second neural network in order to detect whether the image actually contains a leaf or not. And only then, when we detect a leaf in the image, we pass the image for the classifier to distinguish between the 2 classes. So now, irrelevant images will just be discarded without being classified. We also automated the whole process, so now we have live leaf detection and also classification. We don't need the customer to take, the user to take any pictures of the leaves. So those were the 2 features we wanted to explain further. Let's now move to the status with John.
Let's wrap up our status one last time and discuss some room for improvement. This was where we left at the end of the design review with our completed features. The remaining items in our backlog were AR guidance, plant history, gamification, and recommendations. As of today, all of these features are also implemented. However, there is still, of course, room for improvement, and we would like to suggest the following as potential future work. To improve our existing features, a more complex gamification logic could be used for allocating points based on user-specific data. The AR placement could be improved for rough and shiny surfaces, and a 3D model for a SmartGrow tree could be added to the app.
Apart from what we are currently using it for, our server could be further utilized for goals such as supporting multiple users, and the collected data could be used to guide BSH for marketing decisions. The last point would be the full conversion of the app into Swift UI. We already refactored most of the app in Swift UI, but there are still a couple of views using UIKit. If those were also converted to Swift UI, that would further increase the modifiability, supportability, and extensibility of our app for future development. Lastly, we would like to thank our customers for their feedback and support during the whole project, and we would be happy to hear their statements.
Yeah, wow. I'm so excited. I'm really excited about the results. I'm really excited about the presentation. Thank you for the team. Thank you for your work. I mean, we went to here in October with clear expectation about the features and without any expectation about the team. And thank you for your being passionate. And my wish is to stay in touch with you during the next phase where started the implementation of those features you achieved into the live app. And yeah, it was my pleasure to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you.